Good morning to you all, and thank you for inviting me to speak at the 29th Annual Bureau of Indian Affairs Providers Conference. I am sorry that I can't be with you in person, but I do appreciate having the chance to provide a little bit of an update from here in Washington, D.C. I commend you for what you are doing today by working and sharing your stories and solutions with one another as you strengthen the foundation for strong governance institutions. You know the challenges. We all know the challenges. This past year, we have had many conversations on how to address public safety in our rural communities across the state, how we can turn our communities into models of wellness, how we move together towards tomorrow. Your work here and the key governmental services that you provide all play a role in ensuring families are safe and our communities are healthy. From workforce development, the 477 program, tribal transportation, to WAHI wraparound services, to tribal courts. These are all contributions to building strong economies and healthy communities. But we know that if people do not feel safe in their homes, it's hard to have a healthy and a strong community. If women who've been victimized feel that there's no justice for them, it's hard for them to move forward towards tomorrow. And this is why, after so many consultations and meetings with leaders throughout Alaska, I've introduced the Alaska Tribal Public Safety Empowerment Act. This legislation will empower tribes in Alaska to address local public safety needs in the village. It aims to address the lack of any means to seek help and justice for crimes of domestic violence or sexual assault, and to give tribes the power to develop local solutions. I want to thank and acknowledge the many leaders and the organizations across the steppe who have been really helping with our efforts here. I want to call out particularly Victor Joseph, Vivian Corthius, all at AFN, so many of you. I just commend you for the hard work that you've been doing and what you will continue to do in this effort. In my role as the chairman of the Interior Appropriations Committee, I've been working with colleagues across the aisle in supporting tribal self-governance. In our Interior Appropriations Bill for FY 2020, we continue the funding for tribal courts in PL 280 states, as well as the money for the small and needy tribes. And for the first time, we're directing real dollars to prioritize the crisis of missing and murdered Indigenous women by directing resources to cold case investigations, equipment, training, and background checks. This week in the Senate, I led the effort to move two important pieces of legislation out of the Indian Affairs Committee, and this is Savannah's Act and the Not Invisible Act. Both of these are focused on murdered and missing Native women, as well as women who've been trafficked. We continue to work to find a bipartisan path forward for VAWA reauthorization. I think we all know that there's a lot of work to be done in this area. We're going to get through the impasse that we're in right now, but I thank you for your efforts on that one as well. Know that I am very engaged in this issue. So again, I thank you for what you are doing as you come together at the BIA Providers Conference. I thank you for your work around the state. Safe travels back home.